Look, Neville Goddard was only halfway right. Like all these gurus are only right for them. And this is what you have to understand. If you want to create the life of your dreams, if you're tired of running around chasing money, if you're tired of not having enough time with your family, if you're just tired of the belief and understanding, and you know that you're made for more than just working hard and hopefully you can catch enough money, I promise you, this video is going to change your life. Because here's what all the gurus and the manifestation people and all those people talk about over the course of time. They say things like, reject materiality, take your attention away from materiality. And yes, all of that sounds well and good, but you already know it's impossible, especially if you're a parent. It's impossible to take your attention away from a crying child. It's impossible to take your attention away when you just stepped on a Lego. Like, it's impossible to take your attention away from materiality. And if people tell you like, hey, you're supposed to take your attention away from it, then how are you supposed to do that? Like when a bill comes in that you didn't expect and you don't have the money, how do you not put your attention on that? When you have an issue or a sickness or an illness comes up and it doesn't feel good or a family member is hurting, how do you take your attention away from that? Newsflash, literally it's impossible. And that's one of the most amazing things and the most beautiful things that you could ever know. It is impossible. And the reason why it's so good that it's impossible, because I have the clue for you. So many people, they come out here and they tell you that if you keep your attention on materiality and if you keep focusing on your problems, then what you do is you keep putting more emphasis on your problems. And then they'll say you don't have faith, right? And you have to have more faith. And I'm just saying, listen. All that sounds good, but let's keep it real. And if you want to change your life, I have an actual way to change your life. I have a $500 test that I promise you I will prove to you by the end of this video. But let's just keep watching. So look, here's the deal. Instead of rejecting the projection, instead of not looking at your material circumstances, you have to start looking at something else. See, here's the thing. When you stop doing something, it creates vacuums. And these vacuums have to be filled with something. Okay, so it's like an alcoholic. And if anybody's been an alcoholic, you kind of understand this. You might say, all right, today I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm done drinking. I am not drinking anymore. And so what ends up happening is you'll start out great. See, what you did was you stopped something and you created a vacuum. And then what happens? Maybe week one, hey, somebody offers you a drink. Nope, I'm stopped drinking. And then week two, somebody offers you a drink. You go out with your friends. Hey, nope, I'm not drinking. All good. Everybody's proud of you. And that's a good thing. But then week three, week four, week five, it hits you. And you realize you hadn't had a drink in over a month. And what you want to do, it's like something inside you pulls you back towards that bottle. Hey, I know what that feels like. I've been there. And it's like you started, and when you get back to drinking again, it's even more than you did before. Why does it happen like that? Listen, I'm a spiritual person. There is a scripture, there's a Bible story that our friend Jesus, and again, I look at the Bible as a book of psychology, but Jesus says when a demon goes out of somebody, it leaves its house empty and it goes and searches for another home. And then when the demon cannot find another home, it comes back to that person and sees the area all swept and clean. And what it does is it makes his home back inside that person and also brings 7 other demons even worse than itself. So the latter stage of that person is even worse than the former. So what's the translation of that? When we focus on stopping doing things, it creates these clean vacuums, and those vacuums have to be filled, and they are filled with even more intensity when it comes back than even when it left. So what do you do? So how do you take your attention away from materiality? Like if you want to change your life, how do you change your life, or what do you focus on? And that's the answer. It's not what not to focus on, materiality. It's what to focus on. And so here's what I do. This is why I love the process of visualization. That's why I say Neville was only half right now. He's right about this. The process of visualization is one of the most amazing processes, not because visualization makes things happen or manifest things. Like, I'm not a huge believer in what most people think of manifestation. Most people think of manifestation of something that just pops out of thin air, right? That can happen, but that's not really my method. That's not really what I want to happen all the time. Sometimes, yeah, that can happen. But realistically, usually manifestation is the most orderly, accurate thing, and most people would never know it was a manifestation except for you. Now, how is this so important when it comes to visualization? So Neville talks about visualization all the time. I talk about visualization all the time. What visualization does is it builds what I call a mental movie. That's all visualization is. It builds a mental movie so that you can focus on something else instead of focusing on the material world. So just look at it like this. Look at visualization like doing a bench press or a squat, okay? It's nothing more than that. So every time you visualize, it's like you're pressing some weight. And the more weight that you press, or the more often you press these weights, well, the stronger you get naturally. Now, you don't get all of your strength in one bench press. You get it by doing it what? With repetition. The same thing happens with visualization. See, it's not so much about rejecting the projection. When you visualize, you automatically reject the projection. See, it's not about taking your attention away from materiality. It's about putting your attention on your visualization. That's what it's really about. And I know that Neville Goddard, a lot of times, and a lot of the spiritual advisors, they talk about visualization. That's why I say they're half right. But a lot of times they tell you to take your attention away. Listen, put your attention on too. So here's the test that I have for you. I have a $500 test. Look, it's so funny. I've seen this happen, this work so many times, where if you go on my link right here down below and you click on the $500 challenge that's down here, listen, I will show you exactly how to create $500, and this one is kind of out of thin air, but it's by steps. It's by repetition. So what is this challenge? This challenge is I put something on your phone and I get you to visualize, meditate, affirm for $500 every single day, and watch how $500 comes to you. And then what I have for you, my program, my coaching program is $500. So like, if you want to try it out, hey, try it out. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Because what do I say? I'm the only one of these people out here that prove my methods before you start. Please do not listen to all these other people that say, hey, you could get this. The easiest thing to sell to you guys is money. I'll be honest with you. The easiest thing, and I want you to always remember this, the easiest thing to sell is money. The next easiest thing to sell is health when somebody's sick. So everybody out here is trying to sell you money. Listen to this. And they say, well, if you buy my course, if you buy my program, then you can get some money. I'm not here for that. I don't really believe in that. What I say is, do what I say first, watch how you get the money, then buy my course and sign up for my coaching. Like, that's the difference. But why is that? Because look, isn't it funny to you that the gurus out here, you never know how they really make their money? And they could sell on you on manifestation. They could sell on you, ideas and thoughts. But at the end of the day, they make it off of you. And I want to tell you, I want to show you that you can make it in your own mind and that my process works. Listen, I've made $1 million in a day twice by using my process. I know how my processes work. And so now I want to share my processes with you. And so therefore, if I can get you to get your $500 and then you can give me that $500 in terms of coaching, I already know where this is going to take, and you're already a believer before you start. So that's what I got for you. Anyway, guys, I want to tell you just thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, it's not about taking your attention away from materiality. It's about putting your attention onto the visualization that you have created. And what is a visualization? It is a mental movie. Again, my name is Andre Fluellen. I just want to tell you guys, my goal is to take you from broke to unbroke to rich. And I mean something with all that, especially for you parents out there, because you need more time and more money. And that's what I'm here to help you do. Love you.